beg your pardon.
What did he do?
I put my foot down.
My hand was on the floor.
You put your hand under his foot?
What
for?
I thought, don't leave me.
Right? We haven't got much time.
What are you doing?
Dress rehearsal. Now if you two don't mind just moving back there. Good. Everyone ready? And for goodness sake, remember what we're doing. We always use the same costumes, more or less, and they forget what they are supposed to be in, you see. Stop picking your nose, Alfred. When queens have to do it, they do it with the cerebral process passed down in the blood. Good. Silence. Off we go.
Full 30 times at Phobos card.
No. Dumb show first, you confounded majesty. They're a bit out of practice, but they always pick up wonderfully for the deaths. It brings out the poetry in them.
How nice.
There's nothing more unconvincing than an unconvincing death.
I'm sure.
Act 1, move now. Well, it's a device, really. It makes the action that follows more or less comprehensible. You understand? We are tied down to a language which makes us make up in obscurity what is lacked in style.
Who was that?
The king's brother and uncle to the prince.
Not exactly fraternal.
Not exactly avuncular, as time goes on.
We will have no more marriage.
Those that are married already.
All but one shall. The rest shall keep as they are. To the nunnery, go.
No!
Full 30 times at Phobos card.
Love, his affections do not that tend, or what he spanked though it lacked form little. Was not like madness, there's something in his soul o'er which his melancholy sits on. Broad, and I do doubt the hatch and disclosed will be some danger, which for to prevent, I have in quick determination thus set down. He shall with speed to England.
Gentlemen, it doesn't seem to be coming. We are not getting it at all. What do you think?
What was I supposed to think?
You're not getting across.
That didn't look like love to me.
Starting from scratch again.
It was a mess.
It's going to be chaos on the night.
Keep back. We're spectators.
Act 2, positions.
Wasn't that the end?
Do you call that an ending? With practically everyone on his feet? My goodness, no. Over your dead body.
How am I supposed to take that?
Lying down. There's a design at work in all art. Surely you know that. Events must play themselves out to aesthetic, moral, and logical conclusion.
And what's that in this case?
It never varies. We aim at the point where everyone who is marked for death dies.
Mark?
Between just desserts and tragic irony, we are given quite a lot of scope for our particular talent. generally speaking, things have gone about as far as they can possibly go when things have got about as bad as they can reasonably get.
Who decides?
Decides, it is written. Now, if you're going to be subtle, we'll miss each other in the dark. I'm referring to oral tradition, so to speak. We're traditions, you see. We follow direction. There is no choice involved. The bad end unhappily, the good unluckily. That is what tragedy means. Positions? Having murdered his brother and wooed the widow, the poisoner mounts the throne. Here we see him and his queen give rein to their unbridled passion. She little knowing that the man she holds in her arms.
Oh, I'd say here? Really? You can't do that.
Why not?
Well, really, I mean, people want to be entertained. They don't come expecting sordid and gratuitous filth.
You're wrong. They do. Murder, seduction, and incest? What do you want? Jokes?
I want a good story with a beginning, middle, and end.
And you?
I just prefer art to mirror life, if it's all the same to you.
It's all the same to me, sir. All right, no need to indulge yourselves. I come on in a minute. Lucian's nephew to the king. Next, Lucian's nephew to the king, usurped by his uncle and shattered by his mother's incestuous marriage, loses his reason, throwing the court into turmoil and disarray as he alternates between bitter melancholy and unrestricted lunacy, staggering from the suicidal to the homicidal. He at last confronts his mother and, in a scene of provocative ambiguity, begs her to repent and recant. The king, tormented by guilt, hunted by fear, decides to dispatch his nephew to England and entrusts this undertaking to two smiling accomplices, friends, courtiers, two spies, giving them a letter to represent to the English court. And so they depart on board ship. And they arrive and disembark and present themselves before the English king. But where is the prince? Where indeed? The plot has thickened. A twist of fate and cunning has put into their hands a letter that seals their deaths. Traitors hoist by their own petard, or victims of the gods. We shall never know.
Well, if it isn't... No, wait a minute, don't tell me. It's a long time since... Where was it? This takes me back... This is taking me back to... When was it? I know you, don't I? I never forget a face. Not that I know yours, that is. For a moment I thought, no, I don't know you, do I? Yes, I'm afraid you're quite wrong. You must have mistaken me for someone else.
Are you familiar with this play?
No.
A slaughterhouse. 8 corpses all told. It brings out the best in us.
What do you know about death?
It's what the actors do best. They have to exploit whatever talent is given to them, and their talent is dying. They can die heroically, comically, ironically, slowly, suddenly, disgustingly, charmingly, or from a great height. My own talent is more general. I extract significance from melodrama, a significance which it does not contain. But occasionally, from out of this matter, there escapes a thin beam of light that, seen at the right angle, can crack the shell of mortality.
Is that all they can do? Die?
No, they kill beautifully. And In fact, some of them kill even better than they die. The rest die better than they kill. They're a team.
Which ones are rich?
There's not much in it.
Actors, the mechanics of cheap melodrama. This isn't death. You scream and choke and sink to your knees, but it doesn't bring death home to anyone. It doesn't catch them unawares and start to whisper in their skulls that says, one day you're going to die. You die so many times, how can you expect them to believe in your death?
On the contrary, it's the only time they do believe. They're conditioned to it. I had an actor once who was condemned to hang for stealing a sheep or a lamb. I forget which. So I got permission to have him hanged in the middle of the play. Had to change the plot a bit, but I thought it would be more effective, and you wouldn't believe it. He just wasn't convincing. It was impossible to suspend one's disbelief. And what with the audience jeering and throwing peanuts, the whole thing was a disaster. He did nothing but cry all the time, right out of character. Just stood there and cried. Never again. Audiences know what to expect, and that is all that they are prepared to believe in. Show.
No. You've got it all wrong. You can't act death. The fact of it is nothing to do with seeing it happen. It's not gasps and blood and falling about. That isn't what makes it death. It's just a man failing to reappear. That's all. Now you see him, now you don't. That's the only thing that's real. Here, 1 minute and gone the next, and never coming back. An exit, an obtrusive, and unannounced. A disappearance gathering weight as it goes on, until finally, it's heavy with death.
The king has risen! Give o'er the play! Lights, lights, lights!